Hello everyone, it's Leo, and I'm here today with the Twinkle Stick again. I think it's been a while to talk about a new Magical Girl show that's airing in the summer 2019 anime season, which is Machikado Mazoku. I haven't heard about this show before, but when I saw the first picture of it and I thought, well, it looked like a Magical Girl show, and then I looked up, it actually is a Magical Girl show, so I obviously had to check it out. Before I talk about what I thought of the first episode, I just want to say that I promised to talk about Grand Belm weekly, but it's not going to be possible. I still haven't watched the second episode, and it's every Friday, so I'm like 5 days late. So I'm so sorry. I won't be able to make it this time with Grand Belm, but maybe, not maybe, I promise to do like a review of the whole show when it ends. It's probably going to have like 12 episodes, probably just like Machikado Mazoku. And that's probably what I'm going to do with this show as well. I just want to give out my first impressions after watching the first episode, and then I'll get back to it after we finish watching it. So Machikado Mazoku is first and foremost a comedy show. So I am not a comedy person myself. I'm going to be really honest. Like, I do like a little comedy here and there, like in Preacher, there's lots of comedy. But a show that's purely comedy, it's not something I usually get to watch. You know, I have fun with it, and I usually watch like 4 or 5 episodes, and then I drop it because when the focus is mainly on the comedy, it doesn't really get me hooked to keep on watching it. But, you know, I still have my fun with shows like this. But Machikado Masaku is a comedy magical girl show, and it was a very funny one. It was a very interesting first episode. And the story is full of gags and full of, you know, funny moments. And I had lots of fun watching this first episode. So basically the premise is that there is a little girl who overnight she becomes a magical girl because she is a descendant. She's of a very important family of devils. And this girl becomes a magical girl overnight. And even though there are some questionable designs in this show, I feel like the overall designs of the characters are very cute. Like her mother, she looks like she's like 16 years old. And, you know, she's supposed to be an adult, but, you know, the overall design of the show makes the characters look very young. And so we follow this main girl she is a very cute girl, and at the same time that she becomes this devil, she is a weak person. She doesn't like exercising. It seems that she's not very good at studies as well. But, you know, she is very bad at physical things. So with that, being a magical girl for her is going to be very hard. And so we get to follow her story, and not only her story, but her family's story as well. I think her mom is one of the funniest characters. I think she was actually the funniest character of this show because her mom, she's part of the family, obviously, and she's the one that tells her the story of the family and everything and what's her mission. But the main point of that is because they need money and she wants to have a better life, and so her daughter has to become the devil magical girl, so that she has to beat another magical girl who comes from a rival family, which is the light magical girl. So there's this rivalry, and obviously, being a comedy show, a gag that is like the devil one that's very weak, and she has nothing of a devilish personality, and she grows horns and a tail, and her friends at school, they don't really care about that. They just find it very interesting and weird. But overall, you know, a very funny first episode. That scene with the totem they have at home, like she needs to kill the other magical girl and bathe the totem in blood, and then we discovered that her mom was using the totem as a doorknob, and like a doorstep. I don't remember how it's called in English. I'm sorry, there's a very specific word. But, you know, we discover her mother was using the totem for that. And it's like, why? And then later on, her mother was filling a form to send to her family, probably, I don't know, telling them her daughter actually became a magical girl. And, you know, everything's so absurd. And the overall design of the show is very cute, and I really liked it. And then we meet the light magical girl, who's very pinkish, and she has like this cold personality, which is interesting because it's not usual for pink magical girls to have a cold personality, but she does. And nothing seems to bother her. She's super strong, and she knows there's a rivalry between the light and dark magical girls, and she doesn't really care because she sees no threat at all in this dark magical girl, because she is a simple big disaster. And there's even her transformation scene. It plays on a gag on magical girls that's like a transformation that takes too long. There's a chronometer at the end, at the bottom of the screen, when she's transforming, just to show like this show is aware that magical girls take a long time to transform. That's kind of boring, to be honest. I don't feel like this is a good gag at all. It's a tired gag, especially for us magical girl fans. I mean, this is not funny at all, but they play along with that. But one interesting thing about her transformation is that her transformation device, when she opens it, there's a lot of items there, like there are coins, there are dusts, there's dust, there's lots of simple objects. So she uses her transformation device to store simple things like a purse, and that was a funny little touch they gave there. So Machikado Mazoku is probably not going to rely heavily on the story, but mostly on the comedy and on the interaction between the light and the dark magical girls. And the dark magical girl has a very funny friend that stays with her, and she's probably going to be responsible for lots of gags in this show, I'm sure of it. And, overall, a very funny first episode. It was an interesting one. I'm going to try to watch this one to the end because it was nice. And I liked the songs, the opening and the ending songs were great. So, if you want to have a good time, turn off your brain, have a good time, have good laughs, I think this show is going to be for you. It was funny, it was nice. I think I'm going to follow it until the end. So that was my view on Machikado Mazoku first episode. So please leave a comment with your opinions. If you haven't watched, go watch it. It's funny, it's nice, and we can keep on talking about it. I am going to go back to it after it ends so we can talk about the season as a whole. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.